Hi, I'm Parneet Jaggi, and this is going to be a brief discussion on the poem Once Upon a Time by Gabriel Okara. Now, Gabriel Okara is one of the first modern African poets who is known for his use of folklore and myth and of course, highlighting social issues in his poetry. So, let's know a little bit about him. Gabriel Okara, who recently passed away in 2019, is considered to be one of the first modern African poets. Born in Nigeria, he used folklore, religion, myth, and social issues to explore tradition and transition in his works. His work first appeared in the magazine Black Orpheus from 1957, and this poem that we are going to read, Once Upon a Time, is included in his book, The Fisherman's Invocation, published in 1978. Now, what is this poem about? Once Upon a Time. It is actually written in the backdrop of Nigeria's independence from Britain. And the poem seems to be shocked. The poet here looks shocked by the change of lifestyle, values, morals, and the entire change in the worldview in the new independent country. And this poem clearly describes what happens when a traditional African culture and civilization meets with a Western culture. And with his nostalgic vision, the poet recalls the golden times of the past. See, actually, we can share a little bit with his culture and tradition and with his thoughts in this poem, because we as Indians have also gone through the same kind of transition and the same kind of emotion. So let's have a look at the poem. Once upon a time. Once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes. But now they only laugh with their teeth, while their ice block cold eyes search behind my shadow. So, as the first line itself indicates, it is a father son dialogue, and it is a free verse poem that is talking about a father's attitude to cultural change and the times past before this Western culture affected their native African way of life. So here a father is addressing the son, telling him a story of the past in a rather nostalgic manner, that once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts. So that means people were very genuine in their laughter and with their eyes, but now they only laugh with their teeth. So now the smiles are just fake. We don't have real smiles now. With their eyes block cold eyes, search behind my shadow. Now, this is a metaphoric use of his expression where he says, our eyes are now ice cold. They are like blocked. They show no emotions as such. We were earlier very warm. There was a time indeed they used to shake hands with their hearts, but that's gone, son. Now they shake hands without hearts, while their left hands search my empty pockets. So now this is indicating towards the material side of the world, where now the world is more concerned about the economical exchange, the financial status. So people shake hands according to the financial status and not according to the emotional attachment or the heart or the affinity of the heart. So he says those days are gone, son. Feel at home, come again, they say. And when I come again and feel at home, once, twice, there will be no thrice. For then I find doors shut on me. So now this is a very practical observation by the poet. He says people keep inviting you round to their homes and showing and expressing as if you are very important to them. The expression of significance given to you, but if you don't measure up socially or your status doesn't really is compatible to theirs, then you are not invited again. Or maybe you visit them a couple of times, there is bound to be a sense of alienation. So he says, if once or twice, there will be no thrice, and then doors will be shut on me. So it is about the artificiality and the fickle nature of the society these days. So I have learned many things, son. I have learned to wear my faces like dresses: home face, office face, street face, host face, cocktail face, with all their conforming smiles like a fixed portrait smile. So here again, he's talking about the kind of faces we carry in the society. He says we are not carrying the real face in the society, but we are expected to carry different kind of faces in the society. He says even I have learned to wear these different faces that are needed at home, in street and office, and with all their conforming smiles like a fixed portrait smile. Now this is again a metaphoric use of the language. Portrait smile means it doesn't have life in it. It is lifeless, but it is hung on the wall looking beautiful, or moving around looking beautiful, but it has no real warmth inside. And I have learned too to laugh with only my teeth, and shake hands without my heart. So now he is not happy being a conformist. He says the real warmth is gone, but I have also learned to shake hands heartlessly and to laugh only with that hollow, toothy smile, so that my teeth are visible, my heart may not be happy to smile. I've also learned to say goodbye when I mean good riddance, to say glad to meet you without being glad, and to say it's been nice talking to you after being bored. So he says, I've also trained myself. I've also learned all these things, how to fake goodness and how to be good when you are not actually good, or how to be saying something when you're not actually meaning that particular thing. So he said, I've also learned to say goodbye when actually I mean to say that I'm happy to get rid of you, or when I'm not glad to meet you, but I can say glad to meet you. So he has also gone through that training of being fake. But believe me, my son, I want to be what I used to be when I was like you. I want to unlearn all these muting things. Most of all, I want to relearn how to laugh. For my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. So now he's getting more nostalgic and more critical. He says, believe me, I want to be what actually I used to be when I was a child, like you. And he says, I want to unlearn all these civilized things that these civilized people have come and taught us. He says, I want to be genuine, I want to be natural like I used to be, and I want to relearn how I genuinely laughed. Because he says, now my laugh in the mirror shows my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. Now here he is being critical, too critical about himself and the whole society. Snake's bare fangs means the teeth that are only to show, that are not real. So show me, son, how to laugh. Show me how I used to smile, laugh and smile once upon a time when I was like you. So he wants to get rid of all the false things, especially the smile and the laugh. He comes clean. And actually, he wants the son to show him how to regain his lost innocence. He wants to laugh and smile like in the old days when he was young and carefree. And the culture encouraged openness and honesty, a pure identity. So he wants to go back to that genuine, pure identity. So, as we see, the theme of the poem is about the artificial relationship and mannerisms that are prevalent in the present world. According to him, past was much, much better than the present because it was full of love, sincerity, and faithfulness. Now things have changed, and the poets want to go back, revisit, and relive his past. Now, here he wants his son to imbibe the exemplary values of the past because he's proud of those values, those traditional values of his own culture. So, towards the end, the poet appeals to his son to show him how to smile wholeheartedly. His desire to revisit the past is nothing but a yearning for the innocence, faithfulness, and sincerity. So, this is how he, in very, very simple words, he winds up the entire story of the lost heritage of his country. So, when we look at the style and structure of the poem, it's a free verse of 43 lines broken up into 7 stanzas, written in very, very lucid words. The diction used is conversational. It becomes ironical, satirical at several places, but the overall tone is conversational, but the overall feel that we get in the poem is nostalgic. He is remembering the past and he wants to revisit the past through his child. So, this was a brief interpretation of the poem Once Upon a Time by Gabriel Okara. Thank you for now.